Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS. It's time for Owin's Field Report, sponsored by Les Schwab Tire Centers.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you very much for joining the show this morning. This will be an easy field report. I just met my day yesterday. It was my father's 80th birthday yesterday. Again, happy birthday, Pops, if you're out there watching. But there was a lot going on, right? We showed you river levels. We're going to do that again here in a second. For some of those folks that were sending messages, and I'm not kidding, you know, there are folks out there that would think that I would try to keep you all off the water. I wasn't even fishing yesterday, okay? The Willamette is not going to be a viable, option. Like, go after them, get crazy for probably 10, 12 days. It's just that simple. Once you see it, we'll talk about it. Steelhead fishing is absolutely still on the table. Some folks just don't go after them after the first week of March. It's just that simple. I'm not trying to keep you off the water. Get out there, have some fun. Please, you got great options. Just stay off the coast and stay out of the valley. I'm kidding. Completely kidding. Let's go take a look at the river levels. Nothing's really changed. The forecasts are very much similar to yesterday. There's been a little bit of change up and down the coast, but nothing too dramatic. But we will hopefully start out with the river level. He's in my ear. This is live TV, everyone, and I don't mind. I'm happy to tell you that this is what we call stalling or stretching. There it is. Willamette, yes, it did turn over, just like we were talking about yesterday. At 8 a.m., it had peaked out, and it was going to turn over, and that's exactly what it's done. It's going to be a few days. When it gets down here next Friday, which is, 6 days out from today, you're going to have conditions that will be low enough where for folks that like to get out there, do some plunking, maybe get the boat out, stay up right and tight. Water's still going to be a little off color. Things are going to get very interesting. This is where the fish are going to go, yes, let's go, let's go. And then when they get down here, it's going to start slowing. They will start, in theory, this is all theory, everyone, that they'll start slowing down and you can start targeting them. I bet you, not this upcoming week, but the week following, we're going to start seeing some photos here of folks with some springers. It's just that time of year. Especially from the Willamette and for those that would be willing to send us the photos from the Columbia, but we're not going to get into that. Let's take a look at the turbidity. Also improved. When it turned over yesterday, that's when you start seeing the turbidity starting to come around. But when it's at 35, that's basically a baseball field, right? I mean, you can walk on it. It looks like dirt for a reason. We need it to get down into here. Anything 15 and under, get into 11s, pretty darn fishable. So you're still looking at quite a ways away before that gets there, but it will. And after we talk with Chris today, you're going to get super motivated. You're going to run over to fishermen's. You're going to start buying bait, getting your gear to get prepared, because that's what you need to do. Columbia, yes. Did it go up a little bit? It did. Is it blown out? Absolutely not. Is it off color? Not at all. Could you go out there and possibly have a chance to catch a fish today? Yes. Enough said. I'm not trying to keep you out of the water. My home river, yeah. Okay, anyway, get off that one. Get it out of there. There you go, thank you. The Wilson, maybe get that one off there too. All prime, Silettes. I'm not an expert on the Silettes, but anytime that you can get that river to settle up that way, and you know how to fish it and understand the river, pretty darn good one as well. You've got options, everyone. Alcee, again, not an expert at all, but the river is definitely on the fall. It's going to come back around to Halem and all of them. Basically, out of these 4 or 5 rivers, it's going to give you your barometer for everything up and down the coast. Each drainage is a little bit different. Some of the smaller systems are already into the situation of being low and clear, but those are river names, or some of them are so small that they should even be called a creek, and maybe some of them are. If I mention them, I could get in serious trouble. So just understand, if you get the opportunity to get out there, it's a decent week to do so if you can. Procure, if you want to win something from Procure each week, send an email to Jason@Procure, and every Monday they pick a winner, and you might have a chance to win that steelhead pack that you have there. It will change. I think we're going to move it over to a little bit more of a spring Chinook pack here going forward, but there you go. Make sure you send him that so you can take a look at it. All right, so fish counts. This is just our first chance to throw it in, and you can see that if you go over here, adult Chinook, there's only 2, right? That's just man, if you look at that too close, at least for me, I'm going to go blind. Anyway, not a lot of fish traveling over, right? But we're going to include this back into the show. So we'll have that going forward. With 2 only over the dam, that just means that they're all still below the dam, right? And I might say that with a smile. If you have the opportunity and you want to go out and go burn some bait, trolling herring would be the best bet. Maybe sitting on the anchor with some mag lips or whatever else. Maybe the killer fish from Brad's in the 15 size. Personally, that's my favorite size. You might have an opportunity to get yourself bit. It's very early, but the fish have to start at some point. And remember, it's March. Now, let's find out what that weather is actually going to be like this upcoming week. And after we spoke with Katie yesterday, I was kind of excited about seeing some sun in that forecast. Is it still there?
We're not done with this wintry mix pattern. We didn't see as much sun breaks this morning as we saw yesterday, but we're not expected to be socked in and completely covered in rain and just drenched in gray all day long. Not as active this morning. I remember yesterday we had a dusting of snow all across that Willamette Valley Vineyard camera through the vineyard and on the walkways and the decks. There's still a winter weather advisory for the Coast Range that expires here just in about 40 minutes. Just know that we're still getting snow there if you check the radar. And then we have a winter weather advisory that goes until tonight at 4 along the Cascades, a much smaller area than we had yesterday. It's much more narrow as our snow levels are going up. Here's what we have for you today. You'll notice this is about 2 o'clock. I'm not seeing as many sun breaks in this, but we are seeing rain right down that I-5 corridor. We get to tomorrow morning, we're back to the mix, a chance for snow. We get to the afternoon tomorrow. Now we're seeing some more sun breaks in there, and we go into the evening, return to some showers, and then Tuesday, that's the day that we start to see the changes that could actually bring a bit of snow. Again, one of many models that we look at does show some snow coming in possibly. You can see some right through here. You can see some around Newburgh. You can see, or Newburgh's right about there, I think it is, and then some into Salem area. Is that right? Nope, I was right the first time. Newburgh's right about there. And then South Salem, watch it coming down into Sublimity area. So that's what you have, and then you have that bit along the coast. Snow levels sort of teeter for us for a couple of days and then start to go back up Friday and Saturday. That's when we have that potential for some sunshine. Really, we're looking at mainly dry Tuesday through Thursday. Friday, our driest day, warmest day. Not quite average, but hey, it's pretty close there.
I'm just looking forward to maybe having a little bit of nice weather. After this past week, it'd be nice to, get out, relax, and just enjoy the weather and hopefully some decent fishing. Thanks, Katie. We appreciate it. Have a great week, okay?
Okay.
Everyone, we're going to cut to a break. When we come back, we're going to have Chris Bertopoulos here in the studio. We're going to talk about spring Chinook from here throughout the remainder of the show. We actually have a question for him from Frank, so we're going to have that opportunity as well. If you want to jump in, call us up on that viewer hotline. We'll do the best we can to get your questions answered. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes, everyone.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by P-Line, Because We Fish, by Hawken Fishing, Perfection in Fishing Gear, and by Haxton's Canvas and Upholstery, the trusted name of the Pacific Northwest.